I was diagnosed with stage 4 mantle cell lymphoma in 2019. And to tell you the truth, my life was turned upside down. But then I realized one thing. It's just the beginning of my life. I'm here and I'm resilient to continue living. Today, I'm going to share with you my story of how I have overcome cancer and how I live with cancer every day. Because even though it's in remission, it's still in the back of your mind. It never really goes away. What started as a small bump in the back of my head grew to the size of a golf ball in a matter of a few months. From there, it went to my earlobe. From my earlobe, went to my throat, and from my throat to my chest area, and from the chest area down to my colon. And I knew I was experiencing some stomach pain, but I wasn't sure what it was. I don't know if I was nervous or knew that towards the time that I was going to be diagnosed with cancer. It's just putting it in my head. But the reality is, I had no symptoms. I was no night sweats. All the symptoms that you always look for, I didn't have any. I was exercising every day, working every day like I normally do, eating. My life was normal. And for me to think of cancer is unheard of because no one in my family ever had cancer. No one, from neither side. So to get cancer, it was shocking. It really was. One of the things one of the oncologists first told me when I was first diagnosed was not to go and look online about my cancer. And I can understand why he did that, because the reality is everything I was reading was horrible news. I was going to be dead in 2 years. For some reason, every single video or literature I found about mantle cell was bad news. For me, things started changing once I went to my oncologist. He sat down, explained the treatment protocols, gave me choices of treatments, told me this is what's going to be, how you could work out with your treatments. And I chose the most aggressive form of cancer treatment, 12 rounds of chemo. And at the beginning, I'm thinking the worst when I'm getting chemo. Because chemo does attack your body and it does kill good cells and everything else. But I was able to handle it. First getting immunotherapy in one day and then 2 days of chemo in the hospital. I handled it. Other than my stomach, I started getting hiccups at the beginning, but they were able to give me some medication to control it. I never threw up with chemo, and I got through my first 12 rounds of chemo in about 4 months. Now, the thing is, I saw hope, and my wife and I saw that hope, because most of us have to wait because we have an internal tumor or we don't know where the cancer is at. For me, I had the bump in the back of my head, and it was shrinking. It started to shrink after the first chemo. And excitement, and we're thinking, oh, it's working. This is great. But good news could come to bad news too. A week before I was going to go to my second round of chemo, the bump grew again. So like resilience cancer, does not willing to go away yet. It just wants to fight on. But my doctor tells me, hey, maybe sometimes we have to give a little radiation to burn the tumor, to finish it off. And I was optimistic. We got the second round. Boom, everything went as before. And the reality is, after the second round, all the bumps in my body were gone, completely gone. So it gave me that positive outlook. I know that I'm going to make it through this. And after the 12 treatments, I went in for a PET scan, and it showed that I was clean. The cancer had, the tumor in my colon had shrunk. Everything was clean. Then I have to get ready for stage 2 of my cancer journey. Now I have to go for a autologous transplant, where they will take my stem cells out of me and process them, and then they will infuse them back in my body. So that way my body will just finish killing off the cancer and keep me in remission. First, they took out the stem cells. They processed very quickly, not so bad. Then they processed them, and I was admitted to the hospital. Now, for 25 to 30 days, I was in the hospital. At the first week, they gave me so much chemo every 12 hours. It was like one bag of chemo, one after the other, to kill my immune system, to bring it down to 0. Once your immune system is on 0, then they infuse you back in your stem cells. And the good thing, after 18 bags of stem cells that they infused in me, they celebrated. They brought me a cheesecake with a candle to sing me happy birthday. I had a new birth. And then each day I saw little by little progress. My blood work was getting better and better and better. I did get fever one day, but they controlled it. For the next 2 or 3 weeks I was in the hospital, I just kept getting better and better until I was discharged to home. Once I was home, reliving your life again, it's a little tough because you have to not share utensils or be around family members like you normally do. But we managed. And 3 months after my transplant, I went into a maintenance program in which it will be 18 bags of immunotherapy, another low dose of chemotherapy. And I handle those every other month, 6 per year for the next 3 years, until back in February they rang the bell for me. And I was able to feel that emotion of defeating cancer. I wanted to cry, but I didn't want to show I was crying. So I held back my tears. The singing, the screaming of the nurses was great. I made it. I made it to 4.5 years of remission till my mantle cell decided to come back in 2024, September 2024. It came back, and 3 months later, I had a CAR T cell transplant. A much more aggressive than the original autologous transplant. But I'm doing great. I feel optimistic. I live life every single day with sense of purpose. I know that cancer, I'm going to be battling it for the rest of my life, on and off. Remission, fighting. But I know with the doctors, there's always something great out there, that they're going to come up with something better each time. So I'm very optimistic. Am I worried about cancer? No, I'm not worried. Actually, cancer has become my teacher. I'm here doing videos for people. I'm here out there speaking, writing books. So I took a bad opportunity and turned it into a great opportunity in my life. So I ask you, what do you have to do to fight your cancer, to beat it, and to be more resilient? Because you understand, none of us fight cancer alone. With family members, friends, they join us in that battle and that pain. You are stronger than what you think. My friends, if you like my content, please hit the like button, share my videos with someone, subscribe. If you subscribe, I'll be giving you more content of personal of how I handle cancer, how I deal with cancer. And if you have any questions, you can always comment down below. I'm always looking for that. So to the next video, I'm here for you. Thank you.